はい、皆さんこんにちは、ニルダです。それではディスコエリジウム続きをやっていきましょう。前回は組合の武闘派のリーダーであるタイタス・ハーディから事件について聞いたんですけれども、話の最後の方で事件があった1週間ほど前に被害者である傭兵がある女性を暴行したっていう話が出たんですね。その女性というのが、このホテルの2階に、泊まっている、クラーシェっていう女性だったことが判明しました。ですので、今回できればその女性に話を聞きに行きたいんですけれども、そもそもその女性がね、まだ部屋にいるかどうかがわかんないんですよね。ちょっと、訪ねてみましょうかね。
The door is closed.
閉まってる。
There's still a dent in the vinyl where you punched it before.
はい、思いっきり殴りました。パート1あたりかなだよね。へこみを指で撫でる。
This little depression is all you could inflict on the door.
はい。その説は本当に悪いことしました。
Beauty has abandoned you in this ugliness, Honcho. And then some. You cannot even remember the name of beauty. What beauty was.
ノックする。
There is no answer. It's nighttime, officer.
あ、そうですか。もう深夜の1時だからね。
A young woman like this is probably out partying the night away. Drink and drugs. Sweet drugs are involved. Loneliness be gone.
出かけてんのかな
In the Jamrock Quarter, the Palaceum for music, company and men, or the door to the river for death and synthetic opiates. Away in the east in Coron, in a starlit boîte de nuit like La Chiotte, far from here, and you, shivering dog.
いないみたいですね。
We should come back in the morning.
あ、そうですね。朝になったらいるかもね。しょうがない。入れないか。そしたらどうしようかな。あとね、一つね、発見したことがあって、前回の動画の後にね、この窓をちょっと調べてみたら、鍵を見つけたんですね。で、その鍵っていうのが、ここの青いドアの鍵だったんですよ。
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and
なん
hidden
だよ。
places, can you?
おい、俺はそういうんじゃ覗き魔なんかじゃない。
Sure, friend. This is nothing sordid.
なんだ
Nothing
今の思考
inappropriate.
は。
You just have to do this. It's
はいはい。なんか思考獲得しましたけど、ほっときましょう。ここの鍵を手に入れて、ここの場所だけちょっと調べてみたんですよ。そしたらなんかピンボールがあったりとか、アイテムが少しあったぐらいですかね。で、この先のこれがね、まだ行ってないんで、ちょっとここに行ってみたいんですよね。
this small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
これはエレベーターだったんだ。格子状のドアがあるやつ、ガシャガシャガシャっていう、自分でこう開け閉めするやつね。中を調べる。
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for two people to fit in.
そう。狭いエレベーターなんだね。2人分の広さしかない。
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
最後のメンテナンスは88年と書いてあるぞ。
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
このエレベーターが最後にメンテナンスされたのは未来なのか。
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
マジで。前世紀の88年。つまりあんまり安全じゃないってことか。
Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
やだよ、そんなの。怪我したくないよ。このエレベーターは何に使われていたんだろうな。
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
行ってみるか。格子のドアを閉め上に上がる。どこ行っちゃう？何ここ？屋根裏部屋っぽいね、なんとなくね。 ピンボールマシンの略図。これはアイテムか。手と目の強調。ちょっと装備してみようか。トレンチコート。よいしょ。なんだろうな、似合わないな。まあいいや。あとは
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up a long time ago. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
どこかの時点でピンボールマシンを修理するのを諦めたようだなと。
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
流行っていた頃があんだ。ここはピンボールの作業場だったんだ。
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
あ、そうなんだ。
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means
そういえばそんな話があったな。ワーリングインラグズはかつて東デルタピンボール場だった。これはその名残なんだ。
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
はい。じゃあそのピンボール場もあれか廃業しちゃったのか。
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
そうだね。商業地区の呪いを思い出したね。つまりワーリングインラグズは本当に呪われた商業地区の一部だということかと。
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
いやーでも話したいな。ガルテにここは呪われていたんだって話してみたい。
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
絶対嫌がると思うよ。
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this.
私も興味あるわ。このロンリースキルとちょっと気が合うかもしれない。
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
内陸帝国も面白いこと言うね。対抗尋問を唱えられましょうだって。あ、そう。内陸帝国は呪いだって信じてんだっけ。じゃあ思考終了する。何なんだろう。ピンボール場か。ピンボールやったことないんだよね。これは
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
足跡。
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
誰かがこの部屋にいた、先週かその前の週に。
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
何
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there.
ちょっと怖い
In
よ
the。dark.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider.
何を示してるんだろう。
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
ちょっと待って、ここあれクラーシェさんが泊まってる部屋の裏なの？あ、そうなの？なんだ、どういうこと？誰かがここに忍び込んだの？ならよく見てみよう。
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
ブーツで作られたの大きな足跡。首吊り現場にあったワークブーツの足跡とは違うみたいだなと。
No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say.
そうね。
Still a boot, though.
首吊り現場にあった変わった靴底とは別のようだなと。
The size looks about the same, actually. They are not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
誰の足跡だろうね。
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
誰の足跡だろう。気になる。あとは壁に小さな穴が開いている。これもしかして、覗き穴？この靴のなんか、足跡といいさ、覗き穴といい、なんだろうね。誰かここで、クラーシェさんを覗いてたんかな。
The door is small but heavy looking. It's barred from the inside.
垢抜きを外す。ちゃんと。どっか来たぞ。何？これは
Just as you look at the
いき
flowers,
なり。
a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
じゃあやってみようか。72% か。
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell.
スズランを掴んだの？
The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand. Just a glance. Then takes a drag
ちょっ
off
と
her
待って、ちょっと待って、
cigarette.
ちょっと待って。クラーシェさんこの場にいないんだけど。これどういうこと？あれかな？ちょっとしたミスかな？
The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod.
そういえばここあれか。なんかさ、日中ここにクラーシェさんっぽい人が立ってた気がするな。そういえば。この辺撮るときに見えた気がする。これってさ、いや、入れちゃうの？不法侵入じゃない？入っちゃうけど。これは何？寝室だ。さっきの覗き穴この辺にあったから、寝室を覗いてたのか。誰かが。変態じゃん。
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
ガラスの表面に指を滑らせる。
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures.
なんだ、綺麗なあれか？ガラスなのかな？
Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
はいはい。この窓は最近張り替えられたようだ。
Looks like it, yes.
なんでここの窓だけ？あとはこう下に行くのか、これ。なんか主人公怪しいね。トレンチコート着てバール持ってる人って怖くない？それで、服の山、女性のものと。知らない？バスルームか。松の木の下に死体が置かれてる。そうだね。ちょうどこの裏なのかな、裏庭がね。これは？
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
はいはい。歯ブラシを見る。
It's been used quite a lot.
使い込まれてる。薬を見ると。
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
こいつはかなりのコレクションだな。
Anything of note?
ボトルを調べる。
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
ナクラ。ささやくナクラってなんだ？
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
鎮痛薬の過剰摂取時に使われる。 鎮痛薬をいっぱい飲んだのかクラーシェさんは。錠剤のシートを調べる。
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
何を見つけたの？電気化学の出番。97%。あ、そうですか。じゃあ調べてみるか。
A bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
うん。このプレプタイドってものが何かよくわかんないけどさ、電気化学がこれだけ喜んでるってことは多分薬物だよね。
And your chest swells with pride. Look, it's made right here in Revachol by San Baptiste, a proud Revacholian pharmaceutical company with great traditions.
どうしようかな。これ何なの？盗むこっそりと。警部補プレプタイドという銘柄の薬も見つけたよ。
Peptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
あ、はい。
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
ちょっと待って。今さ、なんだっけ。キムにさ、話しかけたらさ、確率が下がったんだけど。聞かなきゃよかった。まあいいや。28% か。まあいいや。
You dropped
ですよ
it
ね。
smack dab in the middle of the floor. There it is. Orange as a midsummer evening. Wow, that's unbelievably orange. Anyone can see that. It's practically effervescent.
ちょっと待って、ボトルを拾う。しかし気づかれないよ。
The lieutenant tries to keep his eyes on the door, but the peptide bottle sounds like a rattlesnake. It's basically a percussion instrument that you're stuffing into your pocket.
バレバレやん、これ。
Who cares, man? Who cares what the stiff thinks? You got it. Here comes the afterburner. Just put it in your sweaty little hand now.
もう、本当にジャンキーなんだから。まあ、キムは見て見ぬふりをしてくれたと。キムどう思ってんだろうな、主人公のこと。見れるのはこんなもんかな。これ開くのかな？こっちから開くんだろうな。開きました。開きましたね。閉めとこう。はい。あとは、そしたらどうしようかな。今日の調査は終わりにしとくか？うん、もう時間もね、1時。深夜だもんね、深夜。じゃあ、部屋に戻ります。じゃあね、あれ、今日はブリーフィングしないのかな？しないのね、ブリーフィング。あ、それじゃ、行っちゃった。行っちゃったよ。寂しいな。そしたらね、そうそう。キムがいない間にね、行きたいとこがあったんだよね。あれよ、ブーツのところ。そうそう、ここだよ、ここ。来るのまだいるんだ、ここに。したい。
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines.
ちょっとこのまんま置いとくとやばいよね。腐敗が進むよね。死体からブーツを脱がせるか、もう一度試すと。これ、なんかキムがいるとできないからね。
The body is reluctant to let go of the boots, as though it were its last bit of dignity. You're going to need to summon all your strength for this undertaking.
そういうのはだって得意でしょう、肉体装置は。
Whoa!
はいはい。
Yeah, fuck it to pieces for us,
じゃあ
liar cop.
右足のブーツを引っ張る。
It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock beneath the boot.
いやー、左足のブーツを引っ張る。
It feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot.
やだ。
But you're able to get the boot to move a centimeter or two.
やめてよ。足ごともげるってやだよ。
See? The corpse doesn't care if you try to take his boots. He doesn't need them. He's probably glad to get rid of them.
そうね。じゃあ、足がもげずにどうやってブーツを脱がすかだけど、そうね。これは絶対やばいだろ。片足ずつブーツをひねって外せるか試す。これがいいんじゃないかな。
This is the right method.
よ
It
し。
takes some time, but eventually the boots come off, with nasty slices of polymer sock
Yummy.
stuck to even bigger pieces of skin and rotting flesh.
やだ。皮膚と腐敗した肉の大きめの断片を内側に付着させながらってダメじゃん。肉片がくっついてきてんじゃんよ。
Look, he's skinning the fucker up.
はいは
Hell, keep at it, pig.
い。じゃあ両足の損傷を確認す
The
る。
legs look like they've been clawed at by wild animals. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you've cleaned and disinfected them thoroughly.
徹底的に洗浄して消毒した後でなければ使えそうにないと。
Yes, these absolutely need to be washed before. The stink is incredible.
わかった。
Didn't the Whirling have a kitchen?
ちょっと待って。厨房でどうしろと。どういうこと？まあいいや、とりあえず、ブーツ外せたんで、ブーツ。あ、まだでもイベントリーに入ってこないね。じゃあやっぱ洗浄しないと履けないんだね。じゃああれか。ワーリングインラグズの厨房に戻るか。厨房だよね。っていうかさ、この、食事を作るこの厨房でさ、死体の肉片をさ、落とすって、それ絶対ガルデさんに殺されるんじゃないかなと思うんだけど、まさか、鍋があるんですけど。これで洗えと。
This industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many hungry hostel guests. There are several pots and pans on hand.
料理を作る鍋で洗浄すんのやめてよ。
Getting the corpse residue out of these boots is going to require patience, and also a huge pot full of boiling water, soap, and white vinegar.
そう。いやー、これいいのかな？調理器具を調べる。
A commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. It could be used to make enough stew to feed an entire city, and also to boil a putrid pair of death boots.
いや、まずいだろ、これ。シチューを作る鍋でブーツ洗うの？洗浄類を調べる。
There is a variety of soaps and bleaches in the cabinet to the left of the stove. There is also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet next to the fridge.
まあでも洗浄できる環境は整ってるね。
This is gonna take the hard stuff too. It's bad with those boots. Don't be stingy now.
分かったよ。誰か反対するスキルはいないのかよ、これ。なんか倫理スキルとかないのかな？ないんだね。そしたら、待ってね。これかな。これでいいのかな。このブーツは本当に気持ち悪い。鍋に洗剤を、注ぎ込み、さらに酢を全部入れると。
The delicious smells of cheap soap and vinegar waft up from the pot.
なんか鼻がツーンとしそう。っていうかさ、これ、下手したらなんか混ぜるな危険ってことになんないかな。
All right now, chef. Light up the stove and boil them.
じゃあやるよ。鍋に水を加えたらそこにブーツを入れ、強火で煮込むと。
The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away from the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil.
はいはい。ちょっと待って。ここなんだろう？フェアウェザー T500 ブーツ。腐った肉付きとかあんだけど。やめてよ。
Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float to the bubbling surface.
やだ。肉片が水面に浮かんでるの。やだよ、そんなの。美しい。
A two-course dinner of rotten flesh and hardened ceramic.
いや、そんなディナーコースやだ。
The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it too.
やだ。
Just like beef stew.
なんだよ、食べるとか言わないでよ。
That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get. Steam, dense with the smell of strange meat, disappears into the vent above the stove.
靴下と肉のシチューを流しに捨てて、新品同様のブーツを取り出すと。流しにしてんだよ、そんなの。
A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect.
はい。いやー、恐ろしかったわ。なんかさ、これまずいでしょ、いろいろと。いいのかな、こんなの配信しちゃって。とりあえず、でも手には入れたよね。とりあえず手に入れたね。これか。フェアウェザー T500 レギンス。権威が上がるんだ。衛生が下がると。靴か。まあ見た目はそこそこだけどさ、ちょっとさ、トレンチコートがのせいでよく見えないんだけどさ。やだ、こんなの。なんか変だわ。とりあえずいいや。革靴履いとけ。よし。それじゃあ、もう2時か。じゃあ休むか、今日は。よーし、もう今日の捜査は終わり。そういえばさ、臭いから、風呂入れって言われたよね。知人って誰よ。形容しがたい悪臭がするって言われた。じゃあそうだね。お風呂入ろうよ。
This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now.
そうだね。
Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you.
2番は論外だろう。湯船に湯を満たす。
The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons.
じゃあ服を脱ぎ目を閉じて、湯に浸かると。
The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting. Like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks, like sad duckies.
なんで浴槽の中にビールの空き缶が浮いてんの？
You feel nice and lonely, and so tired.
まあビール缶をそのままにしておく。
The cans continue to bob, as do your thoughts, aimlessly splashing up against the sides of the tub. They're not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations. None of them acute enough to focus on.
そうね。何か想像してみる。
You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench.
あ、そうなの？
Then, houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Darkness on the planet's curvature.
もう少し湯船に入っている。
Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls as the water cools. What are you doing? You're not some fat fish in a fucking aquarium. Time to get moving.
焼けちゃうよね。湯船から出る。
The waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin.
はい。とりあえずじゃあお風呂には入ったから、これでいいかな。じゃあ寝るか、今日のところは。明日が3日目ってことになるんだね。
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
じゃあ眠りにつく。
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my
nanda.
broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself.
いや、このさ、文字よりもさ、今イヤホンでやってるからさ、耳が死ぬかと思ったわ、今。
You're not cooperating, brother man.
なぜだ？
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot because of the pain.
主人公はあれかね。不眠症かなんかかね。
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
これはあれだね。日頃の不節制のせいだね、きっとね。肝臓だから、あれかな、アルコールにやられてんのかな。
Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, What did we ever do to you?
じゃあ2番にしとこう。全部体制、システムが悪い。体制が俺を裏切ったんだ。
Yes, your body is a system, and it's failing you because you're failing it.
はいはい。まあ、体をいたわんなかったせいってことね。そうね。それじゃあ1番にしとこうかな。これは当然の報いだ。俺はこの苦痛を、威厳を持って耐えよう。
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror. But why? To admire all your accomplishments? You're just stuck here. In the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
それじゃあね、人間ってやつは常に裏切る。
How many promises have you kept lately, Sir Harry? To the great see-through world.
Women. It's the women. Look out for the women. They're oath breakers.
何でもかんでも女のせいにしないでほしいな。
Come now. Humans have earned your trust. And you theirs.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
じゃあ目を開ける。なんかここら辺が分かりにくいんだよな。まあ主人公はよく眠れなかったろうね。それじゃあ、これが捜査3日目ってことになるのか。なんかだんだん夢がひどくなってない？そんな気がするんだけど。それじゃあ、ここ何なんだろうな、いつも思うんだけど。おはよう。じゃあ今日もよろしくね。この人たち誰だこの二人。あれこれってもしかして RCM では？ちょっと待ってね。じゃあ話しかけてみるかい？
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
なんでよ。
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
そうね。ちょっと待ってくれ。君は RCM の巡査なのかと。
Yes, I am.
俺は殺人事件の捜査中だ。君は、騎兵隊かい。
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
何か問題でもあるのか？どうして俺と話をしたくないんだと。
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
嫌われてんのか？他の警官に会うなんてクールだな。 警官はキムと俺しかいないのかと思っていた。
No, you're not. You're not the only cop in the world.
Something changes in her. It's pity. Pity comes over her.
なんで哀れみ？
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
それで君はどの文書から来た？
What precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
誰この人？この人も RCM の人？ちょっと待って、なんかこの顔見たことない？結構人の顔覚えるのは自信があるんだけどさ、これさ、メガネとこの鼻とさ、この髪の毛をさ、ちょっとこういじったらさ、主人公の相棒って人にならない？なんだろうな。君は警官だよな。クールだ。つまり俺もクールだってことだ。
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith.
もしかして主人公と同じ41分種の人かな。君はつまり警官がここで何をしてるんだ？
I'm just looking out for...
You?
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
何も言わない。
I just want to do my job. That's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
誰なんだ？なんで正体明かしてくんないんだろうね。そしたら、クラーシェさんだよね。クラーシェさんとこ行くんだけど、クラーシェさんの部屋ここだよね。開くのか？開いたわ。ちょっと昨日物色しちゃったけどさ、この部屋にはいないか。あれかな？バルコニーにいんのかな？それで、クラーシェさんのとこに来たんですけど、あれそうだ。ここのさ、バルコニーで見つけた、なんだっけ？花？スズランだっけ？あれって何だったんだろう？こっちか。これだね。スズランのドライフラワーだって。インタラクトできる。
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
キム、これはなんだ？
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
インスリンデリリー。戦場に向かう恋人に女性たちが送ったもの。それで、この花が咲くのは早春か。
Yes, but not these early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved.
なんかね、保存用の乾燥、ドライフラワーみたいだもんね。これが屋上にあったのは偶然か。
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
これをつけたのは誰だ？左派か右派か。
The revolutionaries, so the communers and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too.
宗主国軍。どこなんだろう？それで？
It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the civil war.
そうなんだ。
The petals feel dry and fragile in your hand.
はい。
Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides for warmth, but there is none.
指に息を吹きかける。
Inland, above the Martinez distributary, the channel that brought wastewater from the silk mills of Jamrock, and then dead bodies during the war. The wrinkled fingers of an old man crush flower petals. then sprinkle them in the stream like white salt.
でもこのなんだっけ、その戦地に赴く女性が戦地に赴く男性に女性が贈る花っていうのはなんでここにあったんだろうね。たまたまかな。それじゃあクラーシェさんに話聞いてみようかね。
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
はいはい。
Then toned over several years of self-defense training. You can sense it in the sharp pointing of her elbows.
お真実の心得があるのかな。
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
クラーシェさんっていくつぐらいなんだろうね。30歳ぐらいかな。ここはいい景色だ。
Nice. I don't know about that, officer.
Where the ripe corpse of a man still lies on the ground, spotted with green and purple.
あ、忘れてた、そうだ。死体がまだ裏庭にあるんだよね。
The woman doesn't flinch, but there is something in her light brown eyes. A sadness.
なんで悲しみが浮かぶの？じゃあ暴行されたんだよね。清掃婦って言ったような俺にも必要なんだが、主人公の部屋すごいことになってるからね。
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
そんなことになってるんだ。みんな知ってるんだ。1号室が大変なことになってるの。ディスコインフェルノだ。
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
あ、もしかして清掃婦を辞めちゃったのって主人公のせいなのかな。もう主人公ひどいな本当に。
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
まあだいぶ慣れたよ。
Oh yeah, feel the power.
なんでだよ。一体どこに権力を感じたのかわかんないんだけど。権力に慣れてきたところでお嬢さん。
I can see that. It suits you.
そう似合ってる？
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man who was hanged. The people responsible have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult. No need to dilly-dally. She's tough.
言ってることが真逆なんだけど。どうしようかな。単刀直入に聞くか、ちょっと遠回しに聞いていくか。でも今回のロールプレイ的には、あれか。1番か。俺は単刀直入に行く。めめしいのは嫌いなんだ。
Good on you, boy. She can take it.
本当に大丈夫？そうね。まず名前かな。お嬢さん名前を聞かせてもらえるかな。記録のためだと。
Clausier Amondou.
どこの出身なんだ？
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
オランゲには何があるんだ？
A bad memory, officer.
なんだろう。どんな悪い思い出なんだ？
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass. Duraluminum. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. A night. At least it was for me.
それのどこが悪いんだろうね。
What's so bad about that?
同じこと聞いてる。
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
あんたはいくつなんだ？
I'm 28.
28か。意外と若かったね。失礼かな、女性にそういうこと言うの。あんたは何の仕事をしてるんだい、お嬢さん。専門分野は何だ？
Something stupid.
それは？
Oranese lit.
オランイェ文学。
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
オランイェ文学ってのは
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are. Only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
そのレバショール文学ってどんなの？どんな文学なんだろうね。オランイェ文学、そんなので何ができるんだ？
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
じゃあどうやって金を稼いでると？
Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit.
別のことでお金を稼いでると。何をしてたんだ？
Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje 37.
ローラースケートのインストラクター。ローラースケートにインストラクターってあるのかな？今ローラースケートってないよね。私が子供の時とかはね、遊んでた子いたけどさ。で
It's the world's most tired smile. Miss Aranye, now there is something you should linger on.
そうね。ちょっと待って。そういう話に食いつくのはなんていうか不適切じゃないか。
All things considered, very. Now linger.
よくわかんないんだけど。もう電気科学は。37年のミス・オランイェ
It's a beauty pageant held in the year of our century 37 in Oranje.
まあ綺麗な人だもんね、クラーシェさん。美人だもんね。
She was 14 at the time.
14歳？14歳の時に
Indeed.
Her voice is indifferent to the number.
俺が14歳だった頃なんてあったかな？
I don't think I've ever heard anything less relevant to any investigation.
なんでキムが急に出てくんだよ。しかもツッコミ入れてくれるし。
It's okay. He's just getting his bearings. The world of beauty pageants is bewildering.
じゃあ、俺たちにパスポートを見せてもらえないか。
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
なんで？
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
あんたが本当の名前を言っているとどうやって証明するんだ？
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu. It's a weird name.
間違いなく俺はあんたにパスポートを見せるよう要求する法的権利を持っているようなお嬢さん。
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents.
やっぱり盗まれる危険性があるのかな、自分が持ってると。
I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
まあね。それは隠した理由じゃないよな。
It's also why I hid it.
Why else?
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people back home who don't like me. If they show up, I'm in a hurry.
祖国の誰かから狙われてるのかね。
The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry. This has nothing to do with your investigation.
一体どんな奴らなんだ、あんたを嫌ってる連中っていうのは。
I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of suspect.
話したくないみたいだね。まだ違うかな。
Phew.
Playfully, she doesn't seem to be overly distressed, or distressed at all, really.
なんか全然動揺しないね、このクラーシェさんって人。話も短いし。
Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements.
これはなかなかいろいろ聞き出すのが大変かもな。じゃあ。
The record. So official.
そうだな。いい部屋を取ってるな。
Yeah, it's pretty deluxe.
うん。ここで、このワーリング・イン・ラグズで何をしてるんだ？
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
うん。なぜここにしたんだ？
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
ここマルティネーズって意味だ。
I heard this is where the washed up disco has-beens go.
ディスコダンサーだから？盛りを過ぎたディスコ民を名乗るにはあんたは若すぎる。
I'm really not.
そう？下の階に随分立派なハーブのコレクションがあるな。
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
あっさり認めたね。
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
なんで叱責しておくべきなの？ダメだよっていうの？
No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
ちょっと言ってることが全然違うんだけど、この2つのスキル。2番かな。あれはなかなか見事なもんだ。どうやってあれだけの品を集めた？
With money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
いろいろな薬があったが、その中に、プレプタイドもあったなと。
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
例えば
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
それじゃあ、コレクションの中には鎮痛拮抗薬。これなんて読むんだっけ忘れちゃった。もうあったよな。
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
なんでそんな鎮痛薬をいっぱい摂取しなくちゃいけないの？
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry.
あ、そう。ちょっと待って。くすねたことは黙っとこうよ。
Very funky.
そしたら、あそこにあるドアだが、下の階にあるエレベーターとつながっていることを知っていたかと。前日の深夜に発見したとこですね。隠し通路的な。
I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
知らなかった。
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
わかった。何かを隠してるかもと。あちら側にはあんたの寝室の様子が見える覗き穴が開いていた。
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
普通そんなことを聞かされたら女性だったらちょっと怖くなるけどね。
Okay.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now.
隠し部屋のことは知ってたけど、穴が開いてるとは思わなかったのかな、覗き穴が。
Do you think this is somehow connected to me?
現時点では何とも言えない。
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
どうだろう。
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape.
もし最近開けられたものだとしたら誰の仕業だと思う？
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know.
ガルテ知ってるかな？
I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there?
そうね。じゃあ床に足跡が残っていて、あれは最近作られたものだ。
Huh. This isn't good.
そうだね。
She's straight as a stick, suddenly. She feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dart to the door.
まあそうだよね。まあ当たり前の反応だとは思うけど。ドアの向こうにある部屋だが、あれは古いピンボール作業場だ。ここはかつてピンボールアーケードだったんだ。
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun.
じゃあ、
She's lost in thought. Eyes narrowed, forehead furrowed.
あの窓ガラスは新しく張り替えられたものだな。
It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. He finds the answer unsatisfying.
なんだろう。あ、それ以上の返答返ってこないの。
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
気になるね。張り替えられた新しい、ガラス窓。この野花は何なんだ？さっきのスズランだっけ？
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on contact.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
サンボってなんだ？
A martial art, sir. Is that it?
いや、なんでこんなところにあったのかも知りたい。
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer. Because of the wind?
知らないのか。
Or an admirer?
ファンがついてるってことはないか。
Admires? I'm too old to be a debutante. And this place is no fashionable society.
まあね。個人的な質問後にしとこう。じゃあ、核心部分だね。彼らっていうのはあれね、ハーディたちだっけ？ハーディたちね。彼らはあんたがレイプされたと言っていた。
It's a bit early in the morning for rape, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
動揺してる様子なし。言うほど早い時間でもないさ。
She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea. People are rushing to work below.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake?
でももう8時半ですよ、朝の。そうね。つまりされてないってことか。
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
どういう意味？
By him, she must mean the victim.
それはわかるけどさ。
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
どういうこと？どういうことだ？あいつらっていうのはハーディだよね。つまりあれか、ハーディにレイプされたってことにしてくれって頼まれたの、クラーシェさんは。暴行事件の被害者のふりをしてくれって言われたのかな。それで？
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
そうそうそう。
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
なんでそんなことを？ちょっと待ってね。1番からいくか。タイタスはあんたが俺たちに話をする際、脚色するように言ったのか。
Pretty much.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
じゃあ、2番か。本当にレイプされていないと言い切るのか。
I'm 89% sure.
残りの 11% はどこ行ったの？それはつまり 11% は自信がないってことか。
You know how it is.
どんな流れよ。
You may know.
わかるもんなのか。
Maybe you don't.
なんかうまくはぐらかされてる気分なんだけど。
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
じゃあね。あんたの口ぶりだと確実に何かあったように思えるんだがな。なのになぜかそれを認めようとしない感じだ。
Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be as flippant if I had been?
受けてない。性的暴行受けてない。
You get the feeling she's done enough opiates and needed enough nacra to still be flippant if her arm were cut off and fed to her.
どっちなんだろうな。それじゃあ、あんたと被害者との間には実際どんなことが起きたんだ？
We partied.
パーティー。パーティーか。そうか。パーティーって聞くとな、電気化学あたりがまた出てくんだよな。どんなパーティーだ？自分の膨張した顔を指す。俺がやってるのと同じようなやつか。
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
派手なパーティー？どうなんだ？これより派手にやったというのか。自分の顔を指さしたまま話し続ける。人間の顔がこんな風になるなんて想像すらできなかった。
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
どういうこと？生きているじゃない？パーティーで死者が出たの？
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
彼っていうのは被害者だよね、きっとね。
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
Whoa. After so much drinking and drugs, how did they manage it?
そうね。あんたたちは恋人同士だったのか？
I guess you can say that, yes. A bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
恋人だったのか？恋人に近いものだったのか？
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension?
なんだ？
With longing. She misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
まあそうだ、ストライキを収めに来たんだもんね、傭兵は。じゃあ、さぞ辛いだろうな、庭の方を指さす。そいつがあんな姿になって四六時中視界に入ってしまって。
Oh yes. I have multiple viewpoints. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
夢の中にまでか。なんか主人公と同じだね。
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
あ、この人？
Yes.
Jackpot.
あ、そうなんだ。吊るしを通報したやつが、まさかあんただったとは。
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss.
そうね。話を進める前に確認したい。なぜわざわざ密告に相当することをした？
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
本当に恋人だったのかな？通報者の声は偽装されていた。
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
切れ込みだとどうやって？
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
そんなことできるんだ。
So, She's God's mystery phone
そう
cutter.
だね。あ、そうだそうだ。なるほどね。その過程で下の階の電話回線を壊しちまったわけか。
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
どうしてわざわざそんな面倒なことをした？
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
まあそれくらいのことはやってそうだな、イブラートたちだったら。
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
早く死体をどうにかしてあげないとね。まだあそこに転がってるもんね。
He won't be down there long, miss. We will move the body to the morgue soon.
そう。ああ、忘れずにやんなくちゃね。そしたら、あの男について知っていることを教えてくれ。名前でも瞳の色でも、年齢でも何でもいい。
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him
あ、そう。
like he is now. I can't talk about his, I don't know, hair.
ちょっと動揺してる？
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
She meant she sees him in her dreams.
主人公待ってるよ。俺も夢であの男に会ったぞ。
You have? Not like I do, I imagine.
She sees them in each other's arms.
なるほどね。クラーシェさんはそういうことね。あの男が俺自身として現れるんだ。
She fishes a cigarette out of her pack and lights it, then looks at you with her lungs full of smoke.
I can see the similarity, yes.
Funny.
似てるところがあるの？
Funny how?
Nothing. I also saw him. We had a long inspection and that sort of thing sticks with you. Let's move on.
キムもなんか悪夢見たの。そしたらね、6番かな。レイプしたんじゃないなら、奴は何のために吊るされたんだ？
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
まあ、それはね、知ってる情報と同じかな。
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
なんかおかしいんだよな。なんかさ、タイタス・ハーディたちがリンチしたのは、要はこのクラーシュさんが、死んだ被害者から性的暴行を受けて、怒ったから、リンチして殺したっていう風に主張してたんだよね。でも実際性的暴行を受けてないんだったら、なんでそもそもハーディたちは、被害者を殺したんだって話になっちゃうよね。それじゃあ、なぜあの男の頭には弾丸が埋まっていたんだ？
Bullet? They shot him too?
知らないんだ。
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
シルビーと一緒にいたの？っていうか現場見てないんだ、その犯行の現場は。
This is beginning to get confusing for you too, and we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night?
事件が起きた時、あんたはどこにいたんだ？
Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie.
なんで？怯えてたってどういうことだ？それで、選択肢が長くなってきちゃったな。あ、この話はこれで終わりなの？なんだよ。ハーディーボーイズとはどうやって知り合った？
They're frequent guests. Downstairs. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now.
いる。 昨日会ってきたし。どんな出会いだったんだ？
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
パーティーはしたのか？
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
あ、そう。
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy boys?
なんだっけ、タイタス・ハーディは肉体関係があったって言ってたよね。
I have.
ドイツだ。
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
はっきりと覚えてないけど、一人だけじゃないと。
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
そうなのかな。それが原因でリンチされたということないかと。まあ、嫉妬？奴は嫉妬されていたのではと。
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea.
どういう意味だ？
Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs.
なるほどね。ハーディたちに、性的暴行を受けたっていうことにしといてくれっていうふうに頼まれたってことね。いろいろと話してくれて感謝する。
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
わかった。それじゃあ、意志力28%。これはいいや。後にしとこう。また後で話そう、お嬢さん。
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
わかった。23時頃まではいるのね。はーい。あ、キムが話したがってる。じゃあね、ちょっとクイックセーブして、キムとお話ししようか。
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
そうね。クラーシに聞いた話で連中に協力を強いることは可能か。
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
そうだね。声を潜める。クラーシェはどうして俺たちに、全部話した？
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
クラーシェが嘘をついてない確信はない。嘘をつかれても見抜けなかっただけだろう。
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
あ、そう。さすがですね、キムさん。もう、ほんとキムさんが一人で事件捜査した方がいいかもしれないよ。クラーシェは率直に話をしているように見えた。
You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough.
そうね。ああ、ハーディたちとまた話さなくちゃいけないか。